You want to sit here and be crazy alone? I'm not going to allow you to be crazy alone.
Yeah.
So like I have to like set a plan up. Like at one point I called his attorney, I called some bodyguards, and I just planned a whole kidnap, and we kidnapped him and took him to the hospital because we could not get him to the hospital. And
But-
he was trying to fight them and everything, but it was 6 of them. He couldn't handle it. And we threw him in the car. He would try to jump out the car. So we put him in the center of the car, you know? And that was like his last episode.
That's a 5150, right? That's what they call it?
When you go to the
Yeah, but they try to do things where he could sign himself out. And I'm like, he's not signing. Like, I'm stern with them. He's not signing himself out. I'm his wife, and I'm his power of attorney. He ain't going nowhere. Like, I have to be strict. It's kind of like you have to go in mother mode, you know, and put your foot down.
Were you ever scared?
I wasn't never scared he would hurt me. People were scared for me, but it's a scary moment. Yeah.
Because I asked her that, was she scared? She was like, I'm not scared of you.
I tell him all the time during I'm not scared of you, so we gonna figure this out. Like, I have to get gangster with him because and I'm like, all right, we gonna see. Yeah. Let's do this, you know?
Hello. Welcome back to Orange Life. Thanks for tuning in. This is Deanna. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you to current subscribers. I know it's been a minute, guys. My kitten, my little Maverick, is sick, guys, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. We're still trying to figure out what's wrong with them. So that's why I've been kind of missing for a little while, because I've been trying to deal with him and trying to figure out what's wrong with him. But and I wanted to say real quick before I jump into this video, because I'm not going to be on here long anyway. This is not a long video. For those of you who emailed me to check on me, I do see you. I appreciate the emails. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't know if anybody wanted their name mentioned, over, social media, because some people, just like to be private. So I just want to say, for those of you who email me, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I'm okay. I'm just trying to deal with some things. Let's jump into this because it's going to be quick. I'm coming back with the video. I'm working on the video about the woman with the white wedding dress on from Facebook all weekend. I gathered all the information, and I should have that video out to you by the end of the week. I wanted to talk about Gucci Mane real quick and his wife. I saw some of the video on a Breakfast Club, and she's talking about he's been diagnosed with schizophrenia and talking about these episodes or whatever. I don't know if she's just not explaining it right, or if I don't know. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know what she's talking about. I ain't even gonna lie, because the symptoms she talks about does not equal to schizophrenia. So I'm a psych nurse, and I've dealt with there's different levels to schizophrenia, because there's different diagnoses, like on the scale, as far as schizophrenia is concerned. You could have schizophrenia with mixed in with another illness. You could have, like, I'll just say it's different levels. I'm not going to get into the technical terms of it. And from what she was saying, it didn't sound like schizophrenia. Now, I could be wrong. He could have. Maybe she just doesn't want to go into detail or any of the behaviors that he's had. So maybe that's a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and say that the woman is lying, but I do find her story to be kind of strange about the 6 guards throwing him in the back of a van, and when they got there, he could just sign himself out. And that sounds kind of man. Because what it sounds like to me, if he was having a severe episode, and it took 6 people to take him, it sounds like you're taking him against his will, basically. And that sounds like a 302, or it's called a 5150. It's called different things in different states, but basically it's when a family member or a healthcare professional or the police can have you committed because you're not safe. You're can hurt yourselves or others. And what she was saying was, she kept saying, "Oh, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared." So if he wasn't a threat to you, and if he wasn't trying to harm himself, what was the behavior? Like, I'm missing something here. So that's why I said, it's not it's not clear on what she's saying because it doesn't sound like schizophrenia. Now, could it be bipolar? That's a possibility. Um, but I can't say. Like, I don't know what his symptoms were. Just saying, she was just saying something about, oh, he would be nasty to me. Okay, but schizophrenia is more with delusions. So, hallucinations, things like that. Religiously preoccupied. Like, it's a lot of things that go into schizophrenia. And what she was saying, I didn't hear anything that would be that. And like I said, I could be wrong. I don't have all the details. And she could, just not be explaining it right and not stating what the behaviors were. Because for schizophrenia, there's specific behavior. And what happens is over time, the behavior changes and grows and develops into other things. It depends on the age of when it started and, the person's environment, treatment, medications. So, I don't, and usually people that are in a schizophrenic uh, episode, if you want to call it that, they usually are not aware they're in a schizophrenic episode. They really believe what they're saying and what they're doing. And that's why they have to, go to the hospital. In a lot of cases, they have to be committed because they really are, they really believe what they're doing and what they're saying to be true. And sometimes this behavior can be destructive or it can be violent or like really out there with the behavior. So for her to say she wasn't scared and this and that, I don't know, because a schizophrenic person, a schizophrenic person's behavior to the average person can be scary if you don't know what you're dealing with me being in the business, and I've dealt with many schizophrenics when they come in and, during treatment, we pretty much know how to handle these people because we're trained for it. But when you're just the average, the regular Joe, living life and you're not a medical professional, it can be very scary, these behaviors. It can be because the behaviors are very focused. Sometimes, like I said, they can be violent, aggressive. The behaviors can be very strange. They'll do things that just don't make sense. So that's why I said I'm not understanding what she's saying. And so I'm not going to sit here and say that she's lying or they're making it up or whatever, because maybe she just is holding back certain information and she's just not explaining it properly. Because she was saying something about, he can't sign himself out. I'm his wife. Yes, he can sign himself out if the doctors believe that he can sign a 201. So that part's not true. The only way he can't sign himself out if he's on a commitment that hasn't, he's on a commitment that's not upheld. Because when you commit somebody to a psych hospital, they have to go to court, and a judge either has to throw it out and have the patient sign a 201, or they uphold it. And what happens when someone is committed, they have no say so over their treatment. Their medications they have to take, or they're given medications by needle, or and they have to go to, participate in treatment. They basically have no say so. So that's why I said I just find it all strange. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say, they're lying. It just seems strange. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna be politically correct about it because I can't sit here and say that someone is actually lying, because some people don't know how to articulate certain things. But I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. I'll say that. And I don't know. I don't know. So basically, I just got on here to say that because of the simple fact that, I deal with this on a daily basis as far as, the psych world and these types of behaviors. And I've dealt with so many schizophrenics, I can't even count. And I've seen all kinds of behavior, all kinds of schizophrenic behavior. And what she has described, it just didn't seem like, you know, it was schizophrenic. Now, maybe it's something else. Maybe, it's bipolar, or, some sort of manic episode that is associated with being bipolar. So maybe that, that's it. But the schizophrenia, I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna come back with that video because we're gonna talk about that woman with that what's her name, Kiki. I wrote her name down because her thing is all over, and she's still on. She's still putting up videos as we speak because I saw earlier today that she put up a video. Kiki Jones, she put up a video with packing his clothes and crying. So this thing has just really been a lot. So I gathered up some videos and information. So that'll be the next video that I bring to you guys because we really have to break this down and talk about this. So I'll be back with that. You guys take care and thanks for checking on me, guys. And I probably won't get that video up until probably the weekend because I have an appointment to take the kitten back again to see what's going on with him because I don't know. He's not eating too much. He doesn't play anymore. He just sleeps and lays around. He doesn't do anything. And for him to be a kitten, he's not even a year old. He's not even running through the house. He doesn't do anything. So I got to find out what's going on with him. So you guys take care. You guys be safe out there. And I'll be back towards the end of the week, guys.